Good evening. How are you? I'm so glad that you are here. Thank you for coming tonight. Thanks to our folks who are online streaming, and thank you to all of our Project Success folks who are here with us tonight too. We are so honored and proud to have you here with us. This is the Wind Ensemble. It's an audition ensemble. You'll see in the program that we have a very wide array of majors from all across the campus, which we're also very proud of that too. We rehearse 4 days a week and perform anywhere between 5 and 6, 7 concerts a year. This evening is our final concert of the semester, and it is kind of a holiday concert. You'll see if you look at the program, we've got a little holiday set that takes place at the end, and we'll have a little fun there. Our first piece, Haunted Objects. The Japanese culture has a spiritual event that happens to all of their personal objects that live in the home. So when they've had an object, might be a robe, it might be a brush, it might be an umbrella, it might be a bench, it could be anything. When they have lived in the home for 100 years, they gather a spirit, and they might start to even have a little bit of fun with you. A little bit like a poltergeist. They might be naughty, they might just have fun, they might actually just be a part of the family. And so imagine in your home if all of a sudden things started coming to life after 100 years. They're called tsukumogami, and that's what the haunted objects are. The first movement of the piece is, that's the more of the, just the spiritual element. And you're going to hear in some of the instruments in the ensemble will actually moan a little bit like a ghost would. And then the second movement is the quirky, the sneaky, the funny, the troublemakers. And you'll hear that as they come along and have a little bit of fun with us. So this is Haunted Objects by John Mackey. 2 movements. There will be a very short moment of space in between the first movement before we go on to the second. I hope that you have some fun. Maybe something will come alive in here. Thank you. Nice job. That was fun. Very good. Thank you. So, if you've ever heard of the painter Toulouse-Lautrec, if you've ever seen Moulin Rouge, he was the painter in Moulin Rouge. So this is a takeoff on his painting. And there's supposed to be a lady here instead of a toucan. But this is the toucan, can-can, based on the can-can dance. It was a French dance, and I strongly encourage you to go and watch some video. There's a really fantastic video about Moulin Rouge, the real Moulin Rouge, not the movie, that shows how hard they work and what they have to do to dance the can-can. It's one of the dancers said that it's one of the hardest dances to do and do well. So this particular piece is based on a toucan who's wearing a tutu who does the can-can. And I'm going to read a little bit because she says it better, because Erica Svano says it better than I can. The majestic and noble toucan dons its tutu and prepares for its grand entrance. What will the toucan ballet entail? Nimble hops on delicate legs, short but graceful flights across the stage, rousing kicks, dramatic splits? Perhaps the grand movement of its large, brightly colored beak would be the most effective use of its greatest asset. The toucan, inspired by other great birds of ballet, enters the stage and begins to dance. Tutu, toucan, can. I had to practice that like 90,000 times to be able to say it. Draws inspiration from several sources, including many melodies heard while watching cartoons and eating breakfast cereal on Saturday morning. That was the thing that my dad and I used to do when I was growing up. So there's elements of Walt Disney's Fantasia. There's elements of Dance of the Hours from the Tchaikovsky, what is it? Help me. Nutcracker, thank you. Words are hard sometimes. And then you will also hear the actual can-can that was written for Orpheus in the Underworld, which is an operetta. And so you will recognize a lot of the little snippets in the piece. You might not know where you know it from, but I guarantee you've heard at least some of the music in the piece. Erica Svano she's an area composer. She did teach in Minnesota for several years. She was at Augsburg College. She was up north at Bemidji for a little while, and now she is teaching part-time in Wisconsin and writing like crazy. And her husband is an illustrator, and he's the one that does all of her her score covers, and he does beautiful artwork. As a matter of fact, we're taking part in a commission by her. It's a piece that she's writing that is a Christmas carol, and she's setting music to the story. And so we'll be premiering that next December. I'm excited. But today, it's all about the toucan can. Have fun. Let's do it. Thank you. So the next piece on our program is quite possibly one of the most important wind band pieces that has been written. It is our Beethoven's Fifth. It's our Nutcracker Suite, in a way. Gustav Holst was a prolific composer in Britain, and he wrote this piece around the turn of the century, 1909. It actually didn't end up being premiered until 1921, and that was sort of an indication of the time. At the turn of the 20th century, the orchestra was the lead, and opera even more the lead. And wind bands were just starting to develop their own identity. And wind bands at the turn of the 20th century, especially in the United States, were mostly playing pieces that had been written for other ensembles. Light music, marches, dances, and transcriptions of orchestral pieces. So in 1909, when Gustav Holst wrote the first suite, it was a really big deal. It was all completely original music that was written for the ensemble. And if you think about this, 1909, it's well over 100 years old, and it is still considered to be the core work for the wind band. It is a suite, which in the Baroque period, a suite was usually a set of dances. And so there are 3 movements. In the first one, the chaconne is a theme in variations. It's the original form is called a passacaglia. And Bach he wrote a lot of passacaglia. And it's a through composed piece. And in this particular case, most of the melodic line is in the bass instruments. You'll hear it sometimes in the soprano instruments, but mostly in the bass instruments. And that was common for a Baroque piece. Now, it was kind of unique, too, that Holst took pieces and forms of music that were written for older ensembles. So it was kind of a big deal. The second movement, the intermezzo, is quick, it's light. It's a light movement that gets us from one movement to the next. It has some fantastic solos built in, and it's beautifully written. And then the third movement, the march, is a standard British march. Now, what ties this whole piece together is that each of the themes for each of the movements is based on the same opening music from the first movement. And you'll hear, that sounds familiar. I've heard that before. And then when it comes back in the third movement, he flips it upside down. But still, it's based on basically the same intervals and the same pitches that took place at the very beginning of the first movement. And what you'll find is you might not know the piece, but it's beautifully written. It's lovely to listen to, and it's a fantastic piece. Now, the best part of my job is that I get to work with aspiring conductors. Evan McCormick Loge is a Master of Arts in Teaching student. She's pursuing her instrumental music education licensure and getting a master's at the same time, but she's almost doing a double major because she's studying conducting with me. And she will be conducting the Holst. So please welcome Evan to the stage. things I'm supposed to remember to tell you. I don't know if you saw on your way in, there's a sign with a QR code, and we are just gathering some data. If you could help us out and let us know how you found out about the concert today. And it's just a really quick, like 1-2 question, easy peasy. If you could do that for us, that would be incredibly helpful. The next piece on our program, Jimenez Ganga, is, it's actually a person. And the piece was written for Jimenez Ganga's 60th birthday. But it's so much fun, and it's their potential audience participation. So if you see me turn around, you can join in some clapping along with us, and we can dance a little bit. If you feel like dancing, go ahead. That'd be great. We should probably tune, yeah? Yeah, let's tune. So this afternoon, we actually sang it instead of playing it. So we save our chops for tonight. So tonight we're going to, no, we're not. Oops, wrong one. set for you. Julie Giroux does an amazing job writing and scoring holiday music for wind ensemble. And so these are all familiar melodies that you've heard before, whether you are of the faith or not. I think it's become a global holiday now for everybody to have a little spirit and a little joy. So we had a spirit at the beginning, and now we'll end the concert with a little holiday spirit. Please enjoy. So when we first put this in the folder, everybody was disappointed that it wasn't Gotham City. It's just in a Gothic style for Silent Night. So there's no Batman on this one, but it is a familiar melody, and it's beautifully written. Please enjoy. So at the end of each semester, this is sad and exciting for me. I love to see my students succeed and go on to new things, and I hate to see them leave, and always hope that they'll come back. So we have 2 students who are graduating this December. The first is Noah Wilson. He is a piano performance major, and I'm going to ask for help if you can get this back to Noah, please. Thank you. He's a piano performance major, going to be performing his culminating recital this coming Saturday, and has exciting news to move on. He's going to be coming back and working on the Masters of Music and Performance with us, and he's got a graduate assistantship, and it's just pretty cool that we get to hang on to him for just a little bit longer. He's a stunning musician, stunning performer, and incredibly kind human being. We've been incredibly fortunate to have him playing with us for the last 4 semesters, and I want you to know how much I appreciate you and what you've committed to the ensemble. Thank you, Noah. When Brady came and was looking into doing the Masters in Music Education here, we actually figured out that we met when he was a little whippersnapper in high school. And he was a bassoon in the Mankato Area Youth Symphony, and so we had the opportunity to meet each other and work together quite some time ago. He went on to do 2 degrees in music, one in LA and one out east, and has successfully completed the Masters of Music Education. Just performed an incredible recital two weeks ago, and is going on to pursue his doctorate in bassoon performance at the University of Minnesota. And so we are so incredibly proud of him. Not only has he been a student and an active member in ensembles, but he is also one of our graduate assistants and has done amazing things with organizing and putting us to rights, getting our inventory in order, helping us with getting updated documents and everything. So Brady has done a lot, and he will leave a presence here on Minnesota State campus, and we are very hopeful that once he finishes his doctorate, he's going to come back to the area. He's a New Ulm kid and still living in New Ulm, and on to exciting and new things, hopefully at the University of Minnesota. So congratulations, Brady, and thank you for everything.
Dr. Roysum, as a band, we wanted to thank you for all of the hard work that you have put in for us as individuals, for us as a band, for the department, for the university. This program would be nowhere without you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Who saw that coming? I sure didn't. Wow. We'll put them here so that we can enjoy them. Thank you so much. Wow. I'm honored. I am so honored. And they get, they kind of roll their eyes when we do the little thing before the performance, say a couple of words and thank yous and all of that. But I do mean it, and I cannot thank all of you enough. That was incredibly kind and generous. Thank you. Thank you. So So the last piece on the program has a funny title, and because it's a little bit of a twist on the We Three Men. And it's the Three Wise Guys, and it's based on the Sing, Sing, Sing style. So if you've ever heard Sing, 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 you'll recognize the opening, and it's just a ton of fun. So enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. You all have 150,000 other things that you could be doing with your time, and we so appreciate that you chose to be here tonight to support these amazing musicians and to support this program. Thank you so much for being here, and amazing happy holidays to all of you. Three wise men, three wise guys, sorry. One, two, 1, 2, 3, ah!